Hello, hello. We're streaming, we're chilling. Let me just switch over my screens so that we can see stuff, and I should also turn on some music. That'd be a good idea. So let's do that. I'll turn that down a bit, that's a bit loud. Okay, I hope that's a good volume. Let's switch over to, hang on, give me a sec. I have like 3 different things up. There we go. Okay, it's working. We're good. No technical difficulties here. I'm probably just gonna stick right into it since no one's showed up yet, but that's all good. It's all good. And I'm definitely going to be keeping a close eye on what is being streamed, because I remember last time I did this, the stream like froze and I didn't notice. So I'm definitely going to be keeping a better eye on everything, making sure that it doesn't freeze. And because I don't actually have a lot to, my brain is broken. I don't have a lot to animate today. I didn't set a lot of stuff to do. So, probably going to be doing Linny's story quest later, depending on how fast I get this done. But probably quite fast. I reckon I'll only be doing this for an hour, and then in the last 2-ish hours I'll be doing Linny's story quest. It's probably how it's going to go. Just because I enjoyed streaming Genshin so much, and I always need a bit of a break after doing a lot of drawing. It's good that I'm doing this now because I actually have a bit of homework that I should be doing, but I'm not, because I'm just kind of stupid like that. Now, I think I want this a little bit more zoomed in. I'm going to be pretty vague on what exactly I'm animating today, because it's going to be my first video back after my break, so kind of want a little bit of mystery around it. But, you know, if anyone has any questions, I'm not I won't be completely disregarding them. So yeah, I'm going to be trying to do a little bit of hand-drawn animation today, using a few different techniques. In a lot of ways, I often like do a little bit of cheat methods when it comes to doing animation, because I have very little patience, so I'm not extremely good at doing frame by frame stuff. Okay, I think that's going to be the base of what we're doing. Okay, let's turn on the animation guide. Easy. So this is one of my little cheat methods, is I just grab this and I pull it up, and that's the last frame. Obviously I'm going to be doing some in-betweens and like some cleanup work and stuff like that, but that's pretty much how it goes. That's how my animation works. Do I totally recommend this method? No, because it could look quite choppy if you don't do it quite right. But you know, that's something. I might pull it up a little bit higher actually. That might actually be an in-between there. Not the same song. Do I have this twice on my playlist? This is why I... Oh dear. Oh no, it's slightly different. Oh good, oh good. Alright, clean this up a little bit. Right, I'm gonna add a few in-betweens. But apart from that, I think we're good. Yeah, let's add a few in-betweens. How smooth is that? These animations are going to be pretty fast. So I don't have to worry about too many. I think I'm just going to add a few little in-betweens. Definitely one in-between here. Yeah, okay. I'm struggling. I'm struggling to maintain a conversation, but that's okay. Streamer problems. Probably in between this, and then I think that's all the in-betweens I really need, and then we can start lining. I also kind of have to think about what background I want to. Hopefully with a little bit of cleanup this will look okay. 15 FPS I think should be fine. Okay, I'm going to start doing the lines now. Now, am I going to put the hand... I think I'm going to put the hand in front on a separate layer. Yeah, I think that's how that's going to work. I'll put the hand in front on a separate layer so that I can just move that and not disturb like 100% of the line art. Hi Ben! Welcome to the stream, thank you for joining. I hope you're having a good day at work. What are you doing lurking? You're lurking in here. Okay, I hope you're having a good day. think that's the first frame lined. Yep. Yep, that looks alright. Okay, then we just... boom, magic. Different frame. And then we can just erase the lines that we don't need. Hi, don't worry about being late at all. Hope you're doing okay today. I am personally avoiding my responsibilities. That's good, that's good. Always good to hear. This is going to be quite a chill stream today, so don't expect too much talking. Okay, this is going pretty good so far. You've been doing a lot less posters and you're doing a more single image print size? Oh, cool. Very cool. Okay, this is working so far. Helps you get your mind after you had a, oh no. Oh, that really sucks. Man, I hope you feel better soon, but man, that always sucks when that happens. Real sorry about that. Sorry if it sounds like I can't relate that much because, you know, I've never had a death in the family before. Well, at least not since I was quite small. So, I'm sorry if I don't sound like... I don't know. Yeah, I just hope you feel better soon, man. Yeah, it is good to keep busy. Also make sure not to burn yourself out. Because that would be not fun. Yeah. That's why I've been taking a break for the past few weeks, because I was getting quite burnt out. I guess that's what you get for uploading every single week for, I think, about half a year. Oh dear. Especially making such, because I like putting quite a bit of effort into my content. So it was like, oh my god, just high production value content once a week. It's just, yeah. Yeah, it's an artist thing. We artists get it. Okay, I think that's the line art done for these frames. Let's see how that looks. Okay, I think that looks okay. Okay, I think I can get rid of the sketch now. And flatten the lines. Okay, it's time for colors. Now, I have some ideas of what to do for the background, but we'll get there. I'll get there when I get there. Also, funny thing that happened, animation cracked 100 something views. Oh, cool! That's so cool. Awesome. It's always such a good feeling when a video does well. Yeah, that's really cool. I guess that must mean that people like your animations, which is really cool. Yeah, animations always do well on YouTube. Okay, now I had one idea for the background. Yeah, I always love it when my videos do well. It's always so funny because sometimes my my videos with like extremely little effort do well, and it's like, why am I even spending all this time on these videos, and then the dumb ones do well. YouTube works in mysterious ways. Okay, I think I'm just gonna add a bit of shading. I won't be putting too much detail into these frames because it's so short. This thing's going to last for like less than a second on screen, so there's really no point in putting too much effort into it. Okay. I think once I paste all these frames in, then that'll be this one complete. This is the first one out of 3. Oh. Nope, just stick it in there. There we go. Hello. You're not missing out on much, it's just visual stuff. Okay. That works. Oh. Okay, hang on. I think I'm going to... I'm just going to mute real quick and stick it into the file. I'm going to mute the music, the background music, just because I don't want to get this video claimed. Yes, this is an animation. Okay, I'm gonna, hang on, how am I supposed to, hang on, I'm gonna change the screen real quick, because I'm gonna export this and I don't want to leak anything. Nothing happening here. Nothing happening here. Oh yep, I was worried which, oh dear. Ignore me. It's fine. Nothing's happening here. Absolutely nothing. I exported the wrong file type. That's very did I? I didn't. I'm just stupid. It didn't... I don't need to export it as a GIF. I can export it as an MP4. Then it doesn't have weird lines on it. There. Oh, not the GIF version, just the MP4. Okay, hang on. I think I can... Yep, I can switch back to the screen now. Ignore me. Nothing happened there. Absolutely nothing at all. Don't worry about this. Nothing suspicious. 12 is hard compared to 3 for seconds. Because the first time you tried was hard to explain, but... I don't know, do you mean frames per second? Because if you mean the frame rate, then yes, it is harder. It's much harder to do a animation at a higher frame rate because you gotta put a little bit more time into it. If that's what you mean. Yeah. I'll unmute in a bit. I just want to see how this looks in context. Okay, I'm probably not going to be able to see what this looks like until I'm fully finished the other ones. But that is there. Okay, I'll unmute this now. Oh dear. Secrets, secrets. Ah, right, yeah. Okay. Time for the second one. Oh! Oh my god. Hang on. I got it. It happened again. A family member took over the Spotify. Hang on. I gotta text him. I'll text him real quick. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, I hope that 5-second fragment doesn't get claimed. Okay, let's hope he sees that soon. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to... I'll find... Okay, what's my alternative music going to be today, folks? Oh no. This always happens on drawing streams. I never have to worry about this on my Genshin streams. I muted the music on purpose because I don't want to get claimed. Okay, what are we doing? The hard thing about finding music is it's gonna have ads on it on YouTube. So you know what? I might just go into Genshin and sit in a random area. Oh dear. This is a minor... Hang on, I'm just gonna go into Genshin and sit in a random area so that I don't have to bother with ads. Oh dear. And I'll have to turn off the... This is a minor nightmare. I'll have to turn off the character dialogue so we don't just get interrupted with Scaramouche growling every 2 seconds. This is fine. This is fine. Hey, I mean, I'm going to be streaming Genshin anyway in a bit, so this is just kind of preparing for that. Okay, give me 2 more seconds. Okay, let's go with... Hang on, let me just turn off the dialogue and effects. Where can I sit? It's set... I never get tired of the Watatsumi Island music. Let's just do that. Okay, 5 seconds, people, and then we're good. This works. Free, ad-free music. Okay. Let's continue. Oh dear. Hi Mochi, welcome to the stream. If you can see from stream, my favorite color is very obviously purple. And I use they them pronouns, thank you very much. So please stop referring to me as her. That'd be very nice if you would stop doing that. Sorry, I'm just gonna get a little bit more aggressive with that because this is like the 3rd time now. Are you confused about my pronouns? What are you confused about? Because they're on screen. So... okay. The one time Genshin stops playing music? Excuse me? Okay, there we go. I might have just had to run around for a bit. You said hers, so, and I'm guessing that was in reference to me, so... That's not how you refer to me. Sorry if I get a bit heated about that, I just don't like being misgendered, and I don't appreciate it. I only give exceptions to like, old people, and like, older family members, but other than that, I don't give out exceptions. You meant Smarty? Smarty isn't here anymore, I don't think. So, I understand that having autism makes it harder to do certain things, but, you know, I have lots of autistic friends who've had no problem with it, so... Okay, the speeding that up looks bad. Let's... Okay, that looks fine. I'm probably gonna have to find a different music source because it looks like Genshin is not cooperating in the music department. Okay, what can I do? What can I do? I don't want to go to YouTube for the music because it's like there's going to be ads everywhere. Wally darling, welcome to the chat. Currently trying to find alternative music sources because the Spotify has been taken over by a family member, so I can't use it at the moment. And if I... if I go to YouTube, there's going to be ads everywhere, so... Welcome to the stream. I hope you guys are doing good today. Is my stylus acting up? That would suck. Okay, I'm really gonna have to find... fuck it, we're going with the... we're going to YouTube. hopefully I can find something that isn't going to claim me. Yeah. This one. This one doesn't look like it's claimed, so this will work. Okay, this works. And I'll just turn the Genshin music off for now. Okay, this works. How's my day? Pretty good. I've been... my brain is trying to work. I had a online class this morning. So, yeah, and I got some homework, which I probably should be doing, but I'm not. I'm streaming instead, because, yeah. This music doesn't look like it has ads on it. Yay. I might add this to my music playlist so that I have something to just pull up whenever this happens. Yay. What kind of homework? It's animation stuff. We're doing eye movements and stuff like that. Yeah. Don't worry about it, I'm good now. I just don't get misgendered often, so it, you know, pissed me off. Okay, that looks like that's done. Okay, I think that's all. I can clean that up now. Okay, I think I'm gonna add a layer of shading around this, and then I think I'm finished with this one. Are you asking what did I think of the Percy Jackson animation? Because I thought it was pretty good for a first effort. Definitely stuff to be improved, but you know, that comes with time. I think having music with it would have helped, but you know. Alright, I need to add in. Why can't I add that? There we go. Easy. Okay. Ah, right. Yeah, keep going at it. I reckon those videos will do quite well on your channel. Alright, I should put the animation assistant on. That'd probably help. Ah, right, copyright. I get that. I don't worry about it too much because I'm quite I'm obviously not monetized yet, so I don't have to worry about claims too much. Because I don't earn any money. There's nothing to claim. The problem is when it's a strike, but I've never got a strike before because most people are pretty chill with using music unless it's like a super famous licensed artist. Then I'd avoid that. But if it's, you know, most of the animation memes I do are like not obscure artists, but certainly not very mainstream. So that's why I can get away most of the time with putting copyrighted music in my videos. Because in most cases, they're just not gonna care. Right. I personally use Premiere Pro to edit, but the only reason I do that is because I get it not for free. I still have to pay for my university course, but it's part of my university course is access to the Adobe software. Yeah, so, and I've been using Premiere Pro for years and years, so I'm very experienced with it. I have I have a lot of time to do things. Yeah. It's all I can say. I have a lot of time and I have a lot of shortcuts that I can utilize. Yeah, it's 90% practice. Oh well, I guess I'll do that after I've merged the layers. I can't believe that there hasn't been a single ad. Now that's crazy. Now that's some crazy stuff that I haven't got a single ad. Yeah, this is probably going to be the music that I use whenever my whenever my Spotify is unavailable. You did get a bit of hate on the first part of Pokemon Short, but you kept it there, and you just kind of ignore it. You wasn't happy with it first. Right, gotcha. Sometimes, yeah. Hate's not fun, but I actually haven't got, like, I've barely got any hate. Most of the comments I get are just, like, feedback. Especially when it's a more controversial video, like the Stella and Andrelphus video, or the Tignari video. Yeah, I got quite a bit of feedback, but everyone was really civil, which was nice. But yeah, hate sucks, so don't let it get to you. Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't know the difference between the difference between feedback and criticism, and think that criticism and hate, and sometimes the criticism they give is just hate, so it's not a lot of fun. I might turn that up a little bit. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. I'm really lucky that I haven't had to deal with hate, but I'm sure I'll have to eventually. That's just part of the YouTube game, isn't it? I totally did that on the wrong way. Yay. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Oh, that's... Okay, that's a good transition. I was worried that because I had to switch the lines from one layer to another that that was gonna look bad, but that's really good. Okay. I can clean that up now. See, this is why I was going to do Genshin later, because, like, I'm doing this super fast. Yeah, I mean, it's all just interactions with your content, isn't it? Like, all it does is help you in the algorithm. All it does is boost you. So... yeah. Just don't give it much reaction and you'll be good. This pink is too bright compared to the previous scene, unless I'm just gosh dang colorblind. No, I wasn't. I'm not colorblind. It actually is a little bit darker. Okay. Hi, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good today. We're doing a little bit of animation today. And this is the last little bit of animation, so if you guys are lucky, I might decide to show you what it's going to look like in the end. And I'll risk getting the stream claimed. You're bored? Well, welcome in. I was gonna make a dad joke, but I decided against it. Ah, thank you so much for the sub. Yes, I caught one. Not as in I caught a subscriber, I finally heard an alert. Sometimes I don't hear them, which is real annoying. Thank you so much for subscribing, that's really appreciated. I hope you have a good time here. We'll be doing Genshin in a little bit if if you want to stick around for that. Right, I think I'm just gonna add a little bit of shading, and then we'll see how this turns out. Why does it do that? Okay. I think that's good. Okay. I'm gonna switch over to my blank screen now so I can export all this stuff, and then I'll quickly edit it together, and then I'll show you guys what I've been working on. That's the plan. Okay. Hey, at least this time you guys have a bit of music to accompany the darkness. Okay, once I export all this stuff, then I'll switch back to the other screen. Okay. Right, now I'll just edit this real quick. Apologies for the boring screen. I only want to I only want to play the song like maybe once or twice to avoid. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Hang on. I'll mute the background music. Okay. Yeah, I only want to play this once or twice because I don't super want to get claimed repeatedly. Hopefully this doesn't just eat my CPU. Oh, it's not having fun. Oh, this thing is, it's really heckin' slow, guys. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to work on this off stream. Apologies. Oh, did my thing go down? Okay, no it didn't. Ah. Apologies if this is deathly boring. If this runs fine, then I'll show it on stream, but I don't know if it will. It's probably going to be pretty loud. Oh, it's not happy. Oh, it's really not happy in terms of frame rate it's giving me. Oh, okay, Oh, I'm sorry, but I definitely will not be able to play this on stream for how laggy it is. Oh well. Oh well, I guess we're switching over to Genshin in that case. That is if my, hang on, let me quickly. That is if my Genshin will capture. Hopefully it will. Okay. Right. Let's just do some Genshin. That is the animation portion of the stream for today. Okay, let me switch screen. Okay, it is capturing. Yes! Yes, no Genshin issues. Fantastic. Oh my god. Stream's going surprisingly well today. That's good. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna grab something real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, Genshin time. Okay. That should be my Genshin setup. I might get some more water. Probably not. That's fine. Okay. Right, how much resin do I have? 41, okay. Oh, that's right. So today, I'm saving all my resin. For tomorrow, when Sino's domain unlocks for his talent materials. Oh dear. Okay. Right. I'm probably, after Linny's quest, probably going to try and do a bit of Fontaine exploration, because I still have all of this exploration to do. The problem is, I've got so many chests and stuff that it's probably like, is very few, there's very few chests I haven't got. Don't worry about it. What was that? Was that a... Don't know if you guys heard that, but it's some kind of truck going down the neighbor's driveway. Oh dear. I hope the volume and everything is okay. Oh, I've still muted it.
You took your time.
I've unmuted it now.
Sorry, I bumped into the Traveler and Charlotte en route, and we ended up chatting for a while.
It's been a while, Lynette. We're working as Lenny's temporary assistants in the investigation of the Phantom Weasel.
Thank you. It's good to have you helping.
So, what's the situation? Have you seen Gemma?
Nope. I've been here a while, and she still hasn't shown up.
How bizarre. Maybe it was bad intel. Well, we won't get anywhere by standing around waiting. Traveler, Paimon, let's go ask around. Excuse me, good sir. Do you by any chance know a Gemma?
Gemma? You mean Caesar's fiance? Sure I do. What's this about?
I'm just trying to get a hold of her because I need her help with something. I heard she comes here a lot.
Yeah, she does. Poor thing. It's no secret why either. She's heartsick. Ever since Caesar passed away, she's been coming here once every week to clean his grave. Often she just sits there in front of his headstone, lost in thought. Sometimes I asked her what she was doing once. She said she wanted to speak to him again. She knows he's gone and can't hear her from the grave, but she just likes to spend time there, telling her fiancé all about how her life is going.
It's so sad. Oh my god.
Caesar passed away? Oh, so
Dude, if this quest is this quest gonna be real depressing? I don't want to play a really depressing quest.
Really strong.
I'll bet. Caesar's reputation fell apart
What's
after
with
his
Fontaine
identity
and
was
being
revealed.
really
No
depressing?
one else visits his grave. Gemma's the only one who still thinks about him after all these years. I don't know if the mind lives on in the waters after death, but if it does, I'm sure Caesar must be grateful to have someone who remembers him fondly. If I'm honest, I think this is all so unfair to poor Gemma. Her fiancé was a low-life crook. He doesn't deserve someone like her. Anyway, all of that said, she's running later than usual today. Normally, she'd be sitting in front of his grave by now. I wonder if she's okay. Well, that's everything I know, I'm afraid. You might have more luck asking some other people.
All right, well, thanks for sharing all of this with us. We'll keep asking around.
You're welcome. I just hope she'll be able to move on one day.
Dude, he's definitely not dead. That's for sure.
Did you hear the news? They're saying the Phantom Weasel's back.
You're kidding. Wait, isn't he dead?
I don't know anymore. All sorts of news flying around nowadays. I can never tell what's true and what isn't. But what if, just hypothetically, I mean, what if this weasel's the real deal and Caesar was framed?
Called it. Seriously, 10 years ago, on the day it all went down, I said to myself, you know what? This guy's been set up. The Caesar I knew was a good guy. He gave balloons to children on the street, for Pete's sake. What, are we supposed to believe that he was a balloon thief or something? Give me a break.
Oh, please. Weren't you the one cursing his name to high heaven when the police announced the news? You were all, "Oh, that gosh darn lousy son of a, you think you know a guy," or words to that effect.
Wait, did I say that? I don't seem to recall.
Hello there. Sorry for disturbing you, but I couldn't help but notice you were discussing the Phantom Weasel. We're actually quite interested in this topic as well, but we're struggling to get to the bottom of it. Do you think you could spare a moment to tell us a little bit about Caesar?
You've come to the right people. Yep. I was
I
there.
really hope this
Back
quest
when
isn't going to
Caesar
be
used
boring.
perform magic tricks on the street.
There's a reason I've been
He was a
putting this
great
off, because it's
magician.
like, I don't want to
Best
just listen
trick
to
I
all
ever
this
saw him do
dialogue.
was pop a transparent balloon, only for a whole bunch of doves to fly out from the inside. I was right up close and didn't blink or look away once. But for the life of me, I still don't have the faintest clue how he pulled it off. Really incredible stuff.
I saw him perform too. He always used to bring some gifts along for the kids who came to watch his show, and he'd hand them out after he was done. Sometimes he even got the kids to write their wishes down, and then he'd make the items on the wish list appear in his next show.
Huh. He doesn't sound like such a bad guy.
But after he died, there were also rumors that he used the wish list to find out what was precious to people, with the intent to steal it later. As I'm sure you know, the Phantom Weasel would steal just about anything from anyone.
Whatever the case, now that the weasel is back, Caesar's become a hot topic once more. I bet Gemma must be pleased. If Caesar's name gets cleared, maybe it'll finally give her some solace after all this time. No, speak of the devil. That's her over there. If you've got any more questions about Caesar, she's definitely the one to ask.
So that's Gemma. Is it just Paimon, or does it look like something's wrong? Wait, it looks like she's injured. Come on, let's see if she's okay. Hi there. You're Gemma, right?
Who's asking?
Don't be afraid. We mean no harm.
She's so pretty.
It looks like you're injured. How bad is it?
Thanks for your concern, but you didn't answer my question. Who are you, and what do you want with me?
My name is Lynn, and this is my sister Lynette.
Thank you for the sub. Thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying the stream.
Paimon, and this here's the Traveler. We're investigating the Phantom Weasel.
The Weasel posted a warning letter this morning. If he still lives, that means that Caesar was falsely accused. You knew Caesar better than anyone else. So if you're willing, we'd love to hear what you think about all this. I promise you can trust us. We won't hurt you. In fact, we'll do all we can to keep you safe.
I never believed that he was the Weasel.
Huh. I suspected as much. Okay, so going back 10 years, do you remember anything strange in the weeks leading up to the accident? Did Caesar have a falling out with anyone, for instance?
No, not that I know of.
Got it. All right. Sorry for disturbing you.
If you don't have any more questions, please leave. I want to be alone with him.
Judging by the look on her face, there's definitely something fishy about her.
She's lying. She definitely knows something.
That's fair. We're just a bunch of strangers who showed up and started questioning her about things that happened a whole decade ago. It makes sense that she'd be wary around us. In any case, I doubt we'll get any further here, so let's call it a day. Meet me outside Hotel de Boer tomorrow, and then we'll start the next step of our plan.
I hope this starts getting more interesting soon. I unfortunately don't have a lot of content in Fontaine left, so there's not much I can do in replacement of this. Like, the Abyss doesn't reset. When does it reset? Yeah, it doesn't reset until next week, so it's not like I can do the Abyss instead. I want to check on this. I don't know how this thing works, but yeah, I don't know how the crystal fly trap works. I've just kind of left it there for a week. I don't know. Did I go the wrong way? Oh, I did, just by instinct. I was going towards the reputation thing. Oh dear.
Too slow. Over here.
Lynette's not joining us today?
I've had her follow Gemma and see if we can make any inroads with her. They should be at a cafe right now. Still, I don't think that Gemma's likely to open up to us. So, we need a contingency plan. Today, we'll be looking into a guy named Lorenzo, Caesar's former pupil and assistant. When Caesar passed away, all the stolen goods discovered in his home were confiscated and returned to their rightful owners. But Lorenzo was the only one privy to all his magic secrets, and he inherited his craft. Before long, Lorenzo was the next big magician in town, his fame surpassing even that of his master, and it made him very wealthy. He's since left the magic scene though, and these days, he's a wealthy businessman with his fingers in a lot of different pies. I had to pull a lot of strings, but I managed to get him to agree to a couple of drinks with me. Be warned though, I hear he's got a hair-triggered temper. We'd best be careful.
The music is so gosh dang dramatic, and for what?
You neglected to mention that you were bringing 2 other people with you.
My apologies. These 2 are my assistants. When they heard that I was meeting with the former magic maestro himself, they begged and pleaded with me to bring them along. And if it's no trouble, a couple of autographs would really make their day.
Oh, forget the pleasantries, just sit.
So rude.
Get a load of this guy. Forget the pleasantries, he says, but he looks pretty happy about Lenny stroking his ego.
I only agreed to meet since we're both magicians. Do me a favor and cut to the chase. I have more important things to do than drinking.
Much obliged, sir. As it happens, the matter I want to address is also related to magic. Yesterday morning, a warning letter from the Phantom Weasel appeared on the entrance to the Opera House. He claims to be planning something for the same evening that I'm scheduled to do a magic show there. As such, I believe that I may well be his target. I have to get to the bottom of this to ensure that my show can go ahead as planned. Naturally, any investigation into the Weasel starts with a few questions about Caesar, who...
What is there to investigate? Caesar was the Weasel and he's been dead for 10 years. So what if some sick creep thought it'd be funny to write a warning letter? It changes nothing. Are you trying to tell me you actually bought it?
Please, sir, no need to get so worked up. I do concede that a copycat is but one possibility.
Possibility? It's a fact, Lenny. Look, my patience is limited, so listen carefully while I'm still willing to put up with you. The Weasel is dead. Period. Everyone knows that, so do yourself a favor and quit this investigation. It'll lead you nowhere. Look, if this affects your magic show in any way, I will personally compensate you for any losses.
Oh, sir, I'm honored, really. But this isn't about finances for me. My pride as a magician is what's at stake here, Lorenzo. Copycat or not, this person has thrown me the gauntlet, and I must meet their challenge head on.
Your pride? Don't mince words with me, boy. Just tell me, what exactly are you seeking to do?
I want to find out the Phantom Weasel's true identity. I have to know for myself what really happened 10 years ago.
What would that accomplish? And what do the events of 10 years ago have to do with you, anyway? Look, you of all people should know that a magician never reveals their secrets. And in any case, dead men don't talk. So if you really care about your magician's pride,
I bet he's the
then you'll
Weasel.
forget
I bet
about
he's the
Caesar
Weasel.
And move
Uh-oh. This is getting awkward.
Lorenzo? Is that? Oh, it is you! I know that big, booming voice anywhere. What's up, my man? Want to grab a drink with me?
Another day.
Why is
I'm busy.
everyone drunk?
Oh, come on! You can't be all business all the time. You know what they say? Live fast, die young. You gotta learn how to kick back and relax once in a while.
If I wanted your life advice,
This
I'd
dude.
ask for it. Now get out of my face and go be drunk somewhere else.
Sorry, my good sir. I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Oh, hey! Edmondo. He and I are business pals. We worked together a bunch of times. This is your first time meeting him? Oh, he's always like this. Foul-mouthed and hard-nosed. Never heard a kind word out of this guy the whole time I've known him. And he wonders why he can't get a girlfriend, despite being, what, pushing 40, 30, something? Anyway, point is, a lot older than when he first got rejected by the girl he was into. And he's still into, from what I hear.
Shut up and get out of my face. Another word out of you and you can forget about doing business with me ever again. Do I make myself clear?
Sorry, I may have had a little too much to drink. All right, I'm gonna leave. Don't work too hard.
I think it's high time I made a move as well. If you really want to investigate this, Linny, be my guest. But if nothing good comes of it, don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, that fell to pieces in a rather spectacular fashion. Any thoughts?
Totally. And what was all that about compensating you for your losses? Why would someone you just met make an offer like that? He's gotta be hiding something. And not like Gemma. She was a little suspicious, but this guy's definitely covering something up.
I think so too. We need to look into Lorenzo more closely. That guy Edmondo seems to know a thing or two about him. He only just left. Let's see if we can catch up with him.
Just gonna switch my party over just in case some combat comes up. Definitely don't want to be using my friendship team in any combat.
You okay there?
Who are you? Oh, it's you guys. Don't worry about me. I must have had one too many. I said way too much back there, didn't I? Yeah, I nearly talked myself into complete financial ruin.
So, he was serious about threatening to cut you off? Paimon knew he was a bad egg.
Hey, keep your voice down. Don't go prying into Lorenzo's personal affairs.
Oh, he's totally the weasel. Oh my god.
Ask too many questions. Or make an enemy out of him.
What kind of bad things?
Don't even ask. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to cut this conversation short. I'm not crossing that line again. And take it from me, trouble with Lorenzo is one thing you don't need in your life. You saw him flare up back there. I don't know what you said to him, but clearly it touched a nerve. That's not a good sign. You're too young for this. Don't get in over your head. I'm leaving.
Oh dear. This man was like, oh, I'm voice acting for Genshin. I better get all in.
There he goes. What do we do now, Lenny?
Shh. I think we're being watched. Someone is listening into our
It's a
whole
dude.
conversation. Don't say anything and don't look back. Any altercation in the city will attract the guards. We'd better take this elsewhere. The wind rises.
Yum. Oh, all the way out there? Okay, I won't glide there.
You followed us a long way. Why don't you come out and introduce yourselves?
So you're Linny. And where's your sister? Ain't she with you today? Save us the trouble and go fetch her for us.
Paimon doesn't like the tone of your voice, mister! Who sent you, huh?
Save your questions, missy. You ain't gonna need answers where you're going. Capiche?
Looks like we can't avoid this fight.
Oh god.
Now, I'm not the strongest fighter, so I hope you're ready to back me up.
Don't worry, we got this!
You ain't seen nothing, see? Oh god, I'm never doing that again.
Curses. They're tougher than we thought.
Vision wielders are always trouble.
Come on, let's scram!
Hey, wise guys! We ain't through with you yet! Oh, they got away! Did you catch what they said just before they left? Sounds like they just wanted to rough us up as a scare tactic. And they've already done— You're right! She was injured when we saw her yesterday. Maybe she was too scared to tell—
Let's head back to the cafe and see if we can get any information from her.
I'm gonna skip through the long dialogue a bit. I have no idea how long this quest is. Doggo! Have I? No, it's not a doggo. It's a Melusine. Oh, she's so cute.
Too slow.
Doggo? Nope, that's a person.
Gemma?
You again. What is it this time?
We just ran into the men who've been threatening you, so—
What? Why?
So,
That's putting it mildly. It's been 10 long years, and still every time I try to look into Caesar's death, they show up and warn me not to do anything stupid. How do I know I can trust you? Do you really think you can get to the bottom of it all?
I'm afraid I can't reveal all the details just yet, but I can promise you this. I will expose the Phantom Weasel's true identity. Because you see, this is a personal matter of the utmost importance. I give you my word. Trust me.
Okay. How can I help you?
I've heard that Caesar used to have a magic workshop where he kept a lot of his personal effects. If possible, I'd like to take a look at them. Do you know where it is?
The Fleuve Sonde. But the
So
place
French.
was sealed up by the police after his death, and no one's been there since. I also know that the Fleuve Sonde is dangerous territory. Lots of hostile groups lurking around. If you're serious about going there, please be careful.
Understood. Lynette, you stay here and take care of Gemma. Don't let her come to harm.
Got it. But if I'm staying here, I'm ordering dessert.
I mean, bon appetit. But stay sharp, too. They're likely to come for you while I'm away.
Okay. Alright. Power saving mode off. I'll start taking this more seriously now.
Yum. Oh. Wanderer's greatest rival. Walls.
Quit following the squall and fury.
Where are we going? Oh, are we going underground? I guess so. Oh, we are too.
If Gemma gave us the right location, then the workshop should be right nearby. Huh. Looks like these boxes are blocking the entrance. There we go. It should be just down here.
Okay, I need Pyro. Unless they give us a free Linny. But I'm not going to take that risk. I'll just switch in Yanfei.
I charge a higher rate to meet outside the office.
Finally some combat, please. Oh, they do give us free Linny. He's pretty cute, but I still don't think I'm gonna pull for him.
The wind rises.
I bet this isn't how you were meant to do this.
Workshop. Nothing suspicious here, just normal magic props. Let's head in further. What was that? Oh, is this one of Caesar's gadgets? Guess we must have triggered some sort of device.
Can I get? Oh, I'm gonna have to use Linny, right? There we go.
There is no escape.
Wretched vermin! Behold!
Whoa. Look. The doll in the box is glowing. There's something written on the card on this doll. Let's take a closer look. Looks like we've reached the end of this route. Shall we try a different one? These magic boxes are moving. What do we do?
One of them looks different from the rest. Let's investigate.
Oh, I guess I'm just gonna... That did something.
And voila!
Oh, oh, oh.
That's weird. Have we reached the end already? There's nothing here. Maybe this was a wasted trip.
This place seems a little too ordinary for a magician's workshop. We've triggered quite a few devices on the way here. If so, then there must be more to this place than meets the eye. Maybe a hidden room somewhere. Aha! If I just move this book, then hopefully... And... presto!
Magic doors.
Passageway! How did you know?
I'm a magician too, and apparently great minds really do think alike. Looks pretty big inside. Let's head in and take a look around.
There's no escape!
Permanent of defeat! Why have you stopped, Lenny? Is there some device in that box?
Huh. It just looks familiar somehow. Let me check this out for a second while you guys go on ahead. If anyone makes a major discovery, let's rendezvous here.
All right, see you in a bit. Let's move out. Huh?
Alright, now how am I gonna get up there?
Oh, seems like we can't step on the same tile twice. Guess we've got to finish it in one run, huh?
Okay, so that step does go over there. Okay. I think... Okay, let's wait for this one to come over here. Now, how am I going to get back over there? Like this, maybe? I shouldn't have stepped on that tile. We're gonna have to fly. No, okay. Let's try that again. Don't stand on, yeah, don't stand on that far tile. Okay, that's the plan. And then do I stand on? I have to get to that middle one, I think. Heck. Ah! I'll get it eventually. Oh, but how do I stand on that? In this one? Can I get off? Oh, I can. Oh, if I could stand off, then what was the problem?
Wow! There's a hidden room! This book's thick as a brick! Let's take a...
It seems like something's bothering Lorenzo lately. But surely he's not upset that I agreed to teach those two children. I have a good feeling about those kids. They're
Lydia
naturally,
Lynette?
they have all sorts
Oh my
of
God.
fantastic ideas. All I'm really doing is helping them develop a more professional standard training plan. They wanted to call me master, but I told them they absolutely mustn't. Any magician worth their salt could have taught them what I have. They're the geniuses here. Compared to them, I don't deserve to be called any sort of master. With time, I have no doubt that they could become far greater magicians than I. My only concern is why they're so mature for their age. I fear they've had to grow up too fast. I don't dare to imagine what they must have been through. Gemma thinks so too. She doesn't like being around them. Says that their eyes are too piercing. They don't bother me, but then again, I've never been the sharpest tool in the shed. 2 children came to talk to me after today's show. I don't know why they were out on their own. They looked much too young to be unsupervised. Anyway, they said that they wanted me to teach them how to do magic. I told them that learning magic is very hard work, but that didn't faze them at all. At one of my shows a few days ago, as a joke,
I'm gonna skip to this dialogue because I'm gonna finish up in a bit.
It's nearly time for me to... I once overheard them talk. It's only been 10 days since I first met them. They're very tough. They hide things from me too. That's the thing about... I can sense after thinking things... P.S. I hope they won't find my nagging annoying. P.P.S. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Oh, Caesars.
2 magic geniuses with a father and a mission, huh? Sounds a lot like he was writing about Linny and Lynette, don't you think? So did they meet Caesar when they were kids? Linny?
Shh, hold that thought.
Fishy?
All in good time. First, the magician slots themselves into a magic box in full view of the audience. The box is then suspended high in the air, and a short while later, the base automatically opens. At this point, a dummy will fall out of the box, but it looks real enough to grab the audience's attention. Meanwhile, the real magician, who has by now blended into the crowd, waits for a good moment to make their appearance and put on a hysterical performance. Oh no! Is that me? Did I just fall to my death?
Very vivid description.
The audience's gaze then turns to the magician, and by the time they realize what's happened, the dummy has vanished, as if everything that just happened was some sort of shared illusion. Of course, that's just how I think the process should work, theoretically speaking. The inventor of this trick never performed it successfully. When the box opened, Caesar was the one who fell out, and not the dummy. He fell right to the ground from the highest point of the opera house. No one could hope to survive that fall. Not without a vision, at least. And no one else has ever attempted this trick since. My understanding of how it works is just based on what I could gather from his notes, and the relevant gadgets here in his workshop.
So Caesar's famous high-altitude escape has never been done, huh? Paimon was about to say how cool it would have been to see it in person, but if it's that dangerous, it's probably for the best that no one else tries to do it. Wait a second. So if a dummy's supposed to drop out of the box, then where does the real magician go?
Glad you asked. That brings us to the secret of said box. This box right here is the one that Caesar constructed himself to use in the performance, and it's not as simple as it looks. Inside, there's a device that only the magician himself would know about. Once the magician's inside, and the box is lifted up into the air, the audience's view of the box is fixed at a certain angle. From where they're standing, they have a clear view of the front, sides, and bottom, but the back and the top are now no longer visible. At this point, the magician presses a button inside the box, opening a secret door out of view. He then escapes through this trapdoor onto the opera house roof, waits for the dummy to fall and distract the audience, and quietly returns to ground level.
That's way simpler than Paimon imagined. Even Paimon could probably do it.
Well, there's a little more to it than that, of course. The hardest part of this trick is controlling the audience's mood and reactions. There's the falling dummy, the miraculous reappearance, the pompous performing. Maybe the magician would even have themselves tied up before it begins to strengthen the impression that there's no escape. Many days and nights of careful research and painstaking practice would have gone into this. all culminating in a performance just a few minutes long, but one that still manages to transform the shock and grief of a tragic accident to the joy and laughter of a mesmerizing magic trick. Caesar was a highly accomplished magician. But unfortunately, even he didn't manage to pull it off.
So, how did it go so wrong? You said you found some fishy stuff here. Have you figured out what really happened?
I can make a pretty good guess. I looked into the case files. The magic box Caesar was using at the time of his death had the secret button I mentioned positioned on the right-hand side. And, sure enough, he always used his right hand as his dominant hand in public.
Okay. Nothing suspicious there.
But here's the strange thing. Most of the devices in this workshop have the mechanism on the left-hand side, including this box right here. Which leads me to believe that Caesar was in fact left-handed. Because a magician can't afford to have their most basic habits stand out too much. People naturally focus their attention on the most important details of the task or situation at hand. But a magician needs to be able to redirect an audience's attention at will, so as to avoid arousing their suspicion. The essence of magic is getting people to believe a lie. If even the truth raises eyebrows, the falsehoods become all the more difficult to mask. And so, Caesar trained himself to use his right hand to align with his audience's expectations. Great magic always requires sacrifices. But in his most stressful and nerve-wracking moments, and when no one was watching, reflex would kick in and he'd use his left hand. That's why he set his gadgets with the mechanism on his left. Exactly. I think that's likely what happened. Caesar would have been under a lot of time pressure during the escape. He'd have had mere seconds to open the hidden compartment, retrieve the dummy, then open the secret door and make a swift escape. But I'm sure he was confident. He would have rehearsed countless times to the point where it was second nature. He'd barely need to think about what he was doing because muscle memory would guide him through. So he opened the compartment, took out the dummy, checked everything was in order, and then went to leave. With his left hand, he reached for the button, and suddenly, his heart skipped a beat. It wasn't there. Much like when you reach for your keys but find your pocket empty, his mind needed a moment to process what was going on. Instinctively, his left hand would keep feeling around for the missing button, maybe for another second or two, until the bottom of the box gave way. With the stakes being as high as they were, just a 2-second delay cost him everything. The authorities would find nothing suspicious and conclude that his death was due to his own error.
When in reality, someone switched the boxes, and they did it to murder him. But how would they be able to make the switch without being noticed? That would be difficult to pull off, no?
It would have to have been someone who knew that he was left-handed, and who could move his props around without arousing suspicion. Someone who... Isn't that right?
You just couldn't let sleeping
He's
dogs
there.
lie, could you? There's not a lot of people who'd go to all this trouble for some magician who died 10 years ago. I didn't want to have to do this, you know. Silencing you the hard way just creates more problems for me to deal with. But I gave you your chance. I hoped you'd do what's good for you and back off like the lady, but... you disappoint me.
You mean Gemma? So you are the one who's been threatening her!
Yes, although however stubborn she might be, she was never much of a liability. But you people, which is why you can't leave this place alive. Take them out, and make it quick.
Do your worst!
Thank you very much for the lurk. I'll be finishing up in a second, so don't worry about too much spoilers.
Invisible evidence! Incinerate! Chia! Huh.
Cry louder! Torn to oblivion! There is no escape!
Motion to compel! Huh. Chia! Chia!
The audio is very low, the background audio. Or my... Ah, I see. Oh well, it's the end of the stream now.
You kids are tougher than you look.
Had enough yet, Lorenzo? Your cronies can't help you now. I think it's high time you started talking, and what I'd really like to know is... why did you murder Caesar?
If I had a Mora for every time you've said that man's name. Of course you idolized Caesar, everyone else did. But I was the real genius magician. Me! He was just an amateur who did cheap tricks for gullible children. I was the one who made magic into the fine art it is today. The aristocrats doffed their hats to me!
So it was jealousy.
Jealousy. Hatred, more like. I hated Caesar. All he cared about was his magic. He lived and breathed it. He poured everything into his street performances and his stupid tours like it was just a hobby to him, never bothering to think about Mora. What sort of fool devotes their life to the art of deception and never has a Mora to show for it? But the people loved him, didn't they? Oh, how they looked up to him. No one gave me a second look. All I ever heard was, "Oh, your master's amazing, isn't he?" Amazing. Yeah, so amazing that he was completely broke. Every other apprentice was living it up at their master's expense, but no, not me. I put in all the work, mastered all the skills, and it brought me nothing more than the life I already had. He forbade me from using magic to trick people out of their Mora. There was nothing he hated more than that. And with his reputation in Fontaine, it was too risky for me to go it alone. As long as he was alive, if I dabbled in my own brand of money-making magic, he would expose me, and it would destroy me. I had to kill him. There was no other way. He had to go.
And this was your only motive?
It was reason enough. What other motive would I need?
Well, I was under the impression that there might have been other factors at play. For instance, maybe you were in love with Gemma, but she was engaged to Caesar.
In love with Gemma? Don't be ridiculous.
Guess I was wrong about that then. Next question. Are you the Phantom Weasel?
I am. Caesar was so strict with me. He insisted that his way was the right way. The sole purpose of magic was to bring joy to the world.
Oh, I see.
I was more interested in the practical value of magic.
Oh, yeah! Charlotte told us that the weasel would steal whatever people valued, no matter—
That's just how it looked. I stole cheap things.
So, that's the story, huh?
What choice do I have? So be it. I've enjoyed power and wealth for the last 10 years.
Has no idea who Gemma is.
I wouldn't choose for things to end this way, but I regret nothing.
Very well. In that case, I'll contact the guards. Traveler, Paimon, keep an eye on Lorenzo for me. I'll meet you just outside the workshop when I'm back.
Chest? Money? Let's see, how much... Ah, I already turned those in this morning. I haven't opened many chests since.
Lily has told me the whole story. Lorenzo,
Bruno knows
do you
more about the
confess
story
to the
than you
murder
do.
of Caesar and to framing him for the Phantom Weasel's crimes?
Look who's finally developed a conscience. What kind of disciple murders their own master? I hope it was worth it. Because there'll be hell to pay.
Looks like it's all over. What should we do next, Lenny? Should we start preparing for your show?
Let me think. Let's rendezvous with Lynette and Gemma first. With Lorenzo in custody, Gemma will no longer have to fear for her safety.
Good point. We should go tell Gemma the good news right away. It'll give her some peace of mind for sure.
Right, I don't know if there's much left to this quest. I'm guessing not. I'll try and finish it, I think. There's probably not much left. There's probably like a cutscene and stuff. What did Gemma do? Be a wife. That's what Gemma did. A wife? Yes, a wife.
Ah, you're back. You were so quick. I've only just finished my 3rd dessert.
Your 3rd? Lynette, come on, we've talked about this. Everything in moderation.
It's fine. I'll shift to exercise mode and jog off the excess sugar.
That's besides the point. Well, it's done now. But try to eat a more
We do
balanced
stand
diet in the
Lynette.
future.
She's very cute.
Point taken.
Did everything go okay?
Of course. Lorenzo was no match for us. The guards are taking him into custody as we speak.
Gosh, that's amazing. I'm sorry, I still didn't know if I could trust you, but now it seems I can. I had my suspicions about Lorenzo, but I...
Aww.
It's okay. We understand. He did threaten you.
She did. She had
You
so
know,
much
it might be hard to
attitude.
trust strangers in your position too, but you don't need to be scared anymore. Everything's gonna be okay.
Aww.
Sorry. My emotions are all over the place right now. I've been waiting for this day to come for so long. I always wanted to report Lorenzo. He took all of Caesar's property, which I found suspicious, but I had people watching me all the time, so I couldn't risk looking into it. I was so afraid. I was scared he'd do something terrible to me, and then no one would be left to visit Caesar's grave. So I never had the courage to speak out. Thank you all. Truly. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for clearing Caesar's name. I never would have guessed. To think at least his soul can find.
If only...
Don't blame yourself, Gemma.
Yeah, you still have the rest of your life to live. Caesar wouldn't want to see you
Divorce
standing
papers.
guilty.
I think just life happening
Cheer up,
divorced
Gemma.
them. Because one
My
of them's
brother's doing
dead.
a magic show at the Opera House tomorrow evening. Would you like to come along? It might raise. This show will be
in Caesar's honor.
Great. We'll see you tomorrow evening.
Dead?
Travel.
Yeah, did.
We'll be late.
Don't worry, we'll be there. No way are we gonna miss out on the
You
free
need to do this
magic
quest,
show.
man. No, she's not married to Lorenzo.
Wait.
She's married to Caesar.
Feels like we're forgetting something. Oh yeah, Caesar's daughter!
Was it the next day or was it just... I'll do the next day just to be safe. Yeah, the plot. Exactly. This quest is quite boring. It's not a. It's again. It's one of those quests where it's not a Linny quest. It's an NPC quest.
Swarm Fury.
Yeah, another NPC quest. Indeed, indeed. Like, it feels like they didn't actually put much thought into a Linny quest as they should have. Like, because Alessino's not introduced yet, so they couldn't have her in the quest. And basically everything about him was in the main Archon quest, so, yeah. Truly, truly. Just give us a hangout quest and have them go on a date around Fontaine. That's the ideal. Charlotte's here.
Paimon's excited to see another of Linny's magic shows! Wait. Lynette, shouldn't you be on stage by now?
Not this time. My brother's going solo today, so I'll be watching with you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everybody's ready because the show is about to begin.
Hang on, I need to do a quick Google.
The great magician Linny has prepared a spectacular show for us all
Never mind.
tonight.
It's fine.
Concluding with an all-new grand finale that no audience has ever seen before.
Thank you all so much for coming. Now, prepare to join me on a journey through the mystical and miraculous.
Oh, no cut. Oh my god, no cutscene.
Exciting, isn't it?
Oh my god. This is a crime.
It reminds me of him.
No wonder.
Miraculous.
Caesar was a fancy cute. So, how did you two first meet, Gemma?
Dude, I want to see the magic show.
I was out on the street once, and I saw him performing for little children. Children love magic, because they're willing to believe in things that can't be rationally explained.
Yeah, they've been pouring too much money into
Caesar
Star
had this
Rail.
amazing way of bringing them into a dreamlike world. And somehow, I felt drawn to him too.
Aw, that sounds so romantic.
It was with a flower. He took it in his hand, snapped his fingers, and it magically appeared on my head. I was so happy that day.
Oh, that's so cute.
A flower, you say?
Now that you mention it, Linny's done that one before.
Oh my god.
Is that right?
Oh my
I
god.
suppose he's a romantic at heart, just like Caesar. So let's treasure the time we have with him. After all, you never know when the people dearest to you might be gone.
That's right. It's all over now.
It's not smelling
Paimon
okay.
doesn't really know how to comfort you, but at the very least, no one's gonna be intimidating you from now
Gay.
on. You can breathe easy at last, right?
Right.
I shouldn't have breathed that
Yes,
heavily.
you
I'm
can
gonna have a
breathe
panic
now.
attack now.
Phantom Weasel.
See? Even Lynette says the Phantom Weasel! Lorenzo escaped? Where is he?
What do you mean?
As Linny once said, a performer's job is to commit fully to their role. But once the bag of tricks is empty and the curtain falls, it's time to end the show. The spotlight is no place for someone with no more cards up their sleeve. It's been 10 years, Gemma. Aren't you tired of the grieving widow act? I think it's time to put an end to it.
What are you talking about? Paimon doesn't like this riddle.
Oh my god.
Traveler, Paimon doesn't like where this is going.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all enjoying the performance so far.
Dude,
will
there
now
has
be
been
a
no
brief
performance.
intermission, after which Linny will perform the most electrifying act of tonight's show. The one we've all been waiting for. The final performance will take place outside of the opera house. So
Is he
please
gonna
make your
do the
way
box
outside
trick?
The Phantom
Oh my
Weasel never
God.
did like public places, did they? Don't worry, this place will be quiet soon. Let's talk somewhere else for now.
Swarm Fury.
Yum.
Too slow.
She does have a lot more going on for her. This is a Lynette story quest.
Dear me, this is awkward, isn't it? And unfortunately, I'm all out of gadgets, so I'm afraid I can't do any tricks to liven up the mood. This is a big mistake for a magician to make, but
Oh my
thankfully,
God,
I
yes.
do have a backup plan.
Lenny, don't we have more important things to address right now? Lynette accused Gemma of being the real Phantom Weasel a moment ago. Oh, what the heck's going on?
All in good time.
Really? Well then, let's hear it.
Let's go back to the very beginning. A decade ago, when the Phantom Weasel was terrorizing the court of Fontaine. She never missed a target, never left a trace, and no treasure was safe from her thieving hands. But as her infamy grew, so did the readiness
Oh my
of the
god, she
police,
slays.
and her opportunities to act became ever fewer. Every day, she ran the risk of being exposed for who she was. Of course, she could not simply take this lying down, and before long, she found her ticket to freedom. She would create a scapegoat, a false weasel to close the chapter on her behalf. After weighing her options, she set her sights on a renowned magician, Caesar. After all, magic and theft shared enough similarities for people to buy the story when the truth came out.
So then what?
Being the master deceiver she was, the weasel easily earned Caesar's trust. Now, all that remained was to frame him for her countless crimes. But as she was considering how to make her move, she noticed Caesar's aggrieved pupil, and a new thought entered her mind. Maybe I don't need to get my hands dirty after all. At her encouragement, Lorenzo tampered with Caesar's magic box, causing him to fall to his death. Afterwards, Lorenzo seized his master's property, and the weasel set about tarnishing Caesar's reputation. Two co-conspirators committed the perfect
And he did it
crime.
because he loved her. Oh my god.
I've got to hand it to you. You're both exceptional storytellers. It's enough to make even me wonder whether there was really another mastermind behind all this, pulling the strings. But I just have one question.
Take the L,
You seem
Gemma.
to think
Indeed,
that I am
indeed.
the villain in this tale. What's brought this on, Linny? Is it something that Lorenzo said?
Don't worry, Lorenzo said nothing at all. But I never believed that he was the weasel, and in fact, my investigation only made me more certain of that. He was too forthcoming with his confession, as if there was something else he was trying to hide.
How disappointing. So you'd sooner trust Lorenzo than me? Even without a shred of evidence?
A magician is an expert at playing
Yeah,
the audience
true.
to get the result they want. And I have no doubt that you, Gemma, are equally talented in this regard. With a little help from Lorenzo, you put on a very convincing performance. The lovesick fiancé, whose devotion to her betrothed is unshakable, even under threats of violence. Caesar was maligned and hated by all for 10 years, but you? Everyone sympathized with your plight. Who would suspect for 1 second that the lovely young lady always seen weeping in front of Caesar's grave was actually the mastermind behind his demise? No, not that poor lady. Perish the thought.
Wait, so you mean the whole intimidation thing was just a hoax? But why would Lorenzo agree to that? And why didn't he sell her out even at the end instead of admitting to being the weasel himself?
Yes, why indeed? Maybe Gemma herself could enlighten us on that question.
Well, Linny,
Indeed, indeed.
if you're so confident in your version of events, then I think the answer should be obvious. Having killed Caesar with his own hands, Lorenzo was plagued by overwhelming guilt. Revealing the Phantom Weasel's true identity would serve no purpose. But if the weasel remained free, then she could take care of Lorenzo's loved ones.
Indeed.
An excellent answer, though sadly a little dull.
Is that right? Well, don't let me bore you. If you'd care to change the topic to something more interesting, I'd be much obliged.
As a matter of fact, there's one thing I'd really like to understand. Why would the real weasel have targeted things that only have value to other people? Could you shed
Your
any
life
light
is
on
boring, says to a criminal.
Of course. After all, we're just telling stories here, aren't we? If I had to guess. Left to fend for herself after her parents died young. Betrayed, scorned, beaten. She'd scrounge waste paper from garbage bins to draw on, using twigs and dirt for lack of ink and pen. She'd sew ugly rag dolls from whatever scrap material she could get her hands on. This was her only source of happiness in life. But it was all she needed, and she was content. until the world decided that even this was too good for her. Once again, she was betrayed.
So she's always
everything
just
was
an old
taken from
woman
her.
here. Oh my god.
She felt like life was a miry pit that
You're
dragged
so
her
mean.
further
Oh my
down
god.
the more she struggled to escape. At that tender age, she should have been happy. Instead, she stood in the shadows and watched with envy as all good things in the world passed her by. This was a fate too cruel for anyone to bear. Her pain became a breeding ground for dark thoughts. Thoughts which festered and grew into a twisted solution to her troubles. I detest the happiness of others, in all its forms alike. I will rob them of everything they hold to be
Don't
good
worry,
and
even
true.
I'm barely emotionally
And I will
moved.
fill the void in my soul.
Because it's just an NPC. Like, I met this character half an hour ago. Like,
Now it all makes sense.
Does this story
just see a
satisfy you,
therapist.
Lenny?
Yeah.
Yes, it is quite to my tastes. Thank you for helping to clear up my confusion.
That's right.
Just ask Venti for an animo vision, and all your problems will be solved.
What were you trying to achieve there? Because without that, none of this would have ever come to light.
She didn't write the letter.
After 10 long years, I'd hoped that the Phantom Weasel would be consigned to the history books by now. But it seems like someone still wasn't ready to let her finally be at peace, Linny. Or should I call you the Phantom
Oh my
Copycat
God.
now?
Very sharp, Phantom Weasel.
Oh my god.
Still as shrewd as ever. Well, no need for me to be coy about it. Our goal was to clear Caesar's name. The most straightforward way to change the public's impression of Caesar was to force the Weasel to show themselves.
That's it? You had no other agenda?
Of course we did. We made it quite clear in the letter, I believe. I shall take from you that which you hold most dear, just as you did to me 10 years ago.
10 years ago? You mean Caesar's death? You met him? Wait. Oh, I get it. You were those two obnoxious kids. It's been so long, and you're all grown up now. I didn't recognize you. He taught you magic back then, didn't he? For what, 10 days or something? And you went to all this trouble. Why? Because you feel like you still owe him something?
Yeah.
We remember all our debts, however great or small. 10 years ago, Caesar's reputation was torn to shreds, and his legacy was thrown out. 10 years on, and no one cares what the truth is anymore. But we did not forget. And so we came to find you.
And? What exactly did you take from me? I'm still standing, as you can see. Lorenzo has admitted to everything. I'm free.
Free? Do you really think so? Caesar once told me that even though the world is filled with lies and falsehoods, we must find our own truth. I think that applies to you too. Truth can take many forms. Prized possessions with nostalgic value, fervent hopes and dreams, and irreplaceable people. Life took many things from you, and those wounds never healed. When they ached unbearably in the dead of night, stealing became your way of numbing the pain.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that for the last 10 years, you've been living a rather uneventful life. Perhaps that's because you found something other than a life of crime to fill the hole? Back to Lorenzo for a second. He murdered his own master, played along with your act, and took pains to make sure any suspicion would be directed towards him. But what did he have to gain from all that? He knew who you were and the things you'd done, and despite that, he was willing to give everything up for your sake. He's the reason that you haven't felt the compulsion to steal in all these years. You're more than just accomplices in murder. You're the only real friends each other has.
Oh my god.
So I think you know, deep down, that he is the only truth you have in your life. But that truth is gone now. And I guarantee you, you'll never see it again.
Congratulations on your freedom.
Oh my god.
Your freedom
She
will
slays.
cost you dearly. From now on, you'll be all alone in a world full of lies and falsehoods. I do hope you'll be able to bear it. You've still got a long life ahead of you after all.
Gather round, one and all. The time has now come for the amazing Linny to perform his final act in tonight's show. I'm sure you're all wondering what he has planned for the grand finale.
We do love women.
Wonder no more, for the answer is death-defying high-altitude escape.
Oh my god, that's how Caesar died.
Altitude escape?
I'm sure you all remember the magician Caesar. This was the very trick that led to his fatal fall, after which he was dubbed the Phantom Weasel. But we have now learned that Caesar was wrongly accused, and that the real Weasel has now confessed to their crimes.
Guess that's my cue to leave. Whew. I've been practicing this one for ages now, but
He
I'm still
dies
a little
instantly.
nervous. Traveler, Paimon.
I hope we see
I
this
hope
one.
you enjoy the rest of the show. There may be a lot of people watching tonight, but you alone are my true witnesses.
Because we know how the trick is done.
Lenny, wait. You two hid a lot from Caesar. He went to his grave without ever knowing your secrets. So what about now? Are you an open book?
Yeah, this is where the budget
Or are
went.
you still the same
Hopefully.
as ever? You don't have to tell lies to end up isolated and alone. One day, you'll end up exactly where I am today. Maybe then you'll finally understand.
You're wrong. I'm nothing like you.
So, what are we, doing now?
Watching the
Like
dang
Lynn said,
trick.
When you're ready, let's head outside and watch the show.
But what about Gemma?
She'll figure out what's best for her soon enough. Oh, and if you'd like to see Linny after the show, you know where he'll be. The usual haunt.
Alright. Well, let's go and watch Lenny's finale then. This trick's a pretty dangerous one, but he should be able to pull it off, right?
Hopefully we did pick and see it, and it's not just a it's not just a screen saying his trick goes well, and everyone loves him, and everyone's clapping. Hopefully we actually see it. Paimon has no idea what's happening. Paimon is you in this situation, I think. Oh, we're seeing something. There he is.
Magic should be mysterious, surprising, and defy logic. Magic is hard work. Every single movement has to be practiced thousands of times.
It's alright. We're used to that.
Oh, look at her. She's so cute.
We're sorry. You've taught us so much, but we can't tell you the whole truth.
It's okay. Do you still remember what I told you?
Look at his little
This
outfit.
world is full of lies and falsehoods. I only hope that one day, you can find your own truth.
What about you? Have you found your truth?
Magic is my truth. I want to perform a magic trick so great that people will always think of me when they talk about it. For a magician, what greater honor could there be?
Look! Behold! Linny is sealed inside the box. Will he manage to escape?
That's why I didn't watch it when you posted
10
it
years
to the
ago, Caesar
your
attempted
server.
this very trick, and it was at this precise moment that...
Watch out!
Mysterious. Surprising.
Oh
And
my god,
logic
look at this
defying.
animation.
Isn't that right? This honor belongs to you, Caesar. I'm just sorry it's a little late.
Bisexual colors indeed.
Did you see that? One minute he was falling, and the next, he turned into flowers.
How could he possibly have done that?
How mysterious. I didn't blink once. He just vanished right in front of my eyes.
What a heart-stopping magic show! This was really worth the trip. Caesar's name has finally been cleared, and Fontaine's new star magician Linny has fulfilled a wish on his behalf. Oh, I couldn't ask for a better grand finale. It will make a great headline for the Steambird tomorrow, even if I do say so myself.
Looks like everyone
He has a vision, yeah. Magic is no problem.
Paimon doesn't see Linny anywhere. Where'd he go? Oh, Lynette said he'd be waiting for us at the usual hunt. But, where is that? Oh, you mean the one where... Yeah, that's probably it. This whole magic... Alright, let's go look for him there.
Okay, let's finish this up. I've been streaming for too long. Poisson. The cemetery, yeah. I was expecting the cafe, but I guess the cemetery works too.
Magic is a performance art. A magician has to get creative to keep the audience on tenterhooks. That's our job. So I tweaked Caesar's original setup a little to keep it fresh. I was honestly a little nervous during the live performance. The thought of falling, suddenly feeling weightless, seeing the sky and the ground spinning and spinning. Sometimes, I can't help but wonder what Caesar thought in those final moments. Did he regret taking Gemma and Lorenzo on? Or did he believe that it was his own slip-up right until the end?
You know, Paimon's been wanting to ask you about something ever since we were in Caesar's workshop. You learned magic from Caesar once, didn't you? When was that?
After I joined the House of the Hearth. To be honest, Lynette and I had an agenda when we approached him. I told you about my past before, remember? As a young boy, I survived by secretly learning magic from street performers, but I quickly realized that observation alone could only get me so far. I needed to learn how to improve my sleight of hand, hone my misdirection skills, and make niftier props. We were gifted enough that we'd made some progress by ourselves, but without proper guidance from a professional magician, we quickly plateaued.
So that's why you sought Caesar out?
Yes. We figured there was no harm in asking, but it took us by surprise that he was so willing to teach us. In all, we only spent 10 short days together, but he was very good to us. For instance, when he asked why I wanted to learn magic, I answered, it's my passion. But in truth, there was already a lot more to the story by then. What amazed me was how the lie escaped my lips even as I was hesitating over whether to tell him the truth. Trust is a beautiful thing. Sadly, I'd forgotten how to trust by then.
Linny.
You mean his father? You butchered that one.
Still worried about the way I feel? You really are a gentle soul, aren't you? But don't worry, I'm used to it now. From the mansions of the elite to the House of the Hearth, lies and selfishness have followed me and Lynette everywhere we go. After Caesar went on tour, we became busy with our missions. The next we heard of him was that he'd fallen to his death, and was now declared to be the Phantom Weasel. That night, I remembered his smile. But as I lay there, I didn't know what to say to him. To keep secrets is to put up walls. The longer you keep them up, the less you let people in. Then, one day, You look around and realize your life is like an empty auditorium after a show, full of seats once occupied by all the people who left. But I guess that's the price we have to pay. You only realize how much someone really meant to you when you lose them completely. That's why I was so confident this would hurt Gemma.
Yeah, cheer up, Winnie. We've had to say our fair share of goodbyes during our journey, too. But whatever happens, Paimon always believes in what tomorrow brings. Delicious food, fun toys, and the Traveler by my side. Paimon just needs to focus on things like this, and all the unhappy stuff goes right out the window. You know, Traveler, doesn't that kind of make you Paimon's truth?
Exactly. It's the same for me and Lynette. We are the truest thing each other has in the world, and nothing can replace that. Life has taken plenty from us like it did from Gemma. But at least it left us with each other.
Well, you almost said goodbye to Zhao that one time.
That's why the darkness never consumed me and why it never will.
Tepe better win.
Maybe we live in the shadows too, but we remember every
Tepe
precious
will be
ray of light that shines
the next
through.
Chi-Chi. People already hate him.
Alright, time to lighten this conversation up a little. What did you think of the show tonight?
It was amazing! Paimon just wishes we hadn't been so distracted with the Gemma situation. Winnie, could you do just one more trick for us?
But then Father Zhong
That's a bit of a tall order, I'm afraid. The show's just finished, so my sleeves are decidedly card-free right now.
Aw, come on! Surely you can think of something. The Lenny Paimon knows can do anything if he puts his mind to it.
Oh, alright then. I'll give it a go, but only because it's you. Watch closely. I have a flower in my hand.
You liar! There's nothing in your hand! We ain't going along with this!
The face.
Huh? My goodness, you're right. But I could have sworn I brought one here with me. Okay, try this. Count down with me. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Now, have another look around. Maybe the flowers appear
Oh my God.
somewhere else.
Really? Let's see.
Flower.
Wow, there it is! Oh, this is a different flower from the last time, right? This one's called,
A rainbow rose.
A rainbow rose.
'Cause gay.
More importantly, Paimon
He's
has to know
so
the trick
gay.
is done. Please, Lenny, pretty please!
Well, if you want to learn magic, you'll have to start by addressing me as teacher.
Ugh. Fine. Please, teacher, please!
Since you asked so nicely, I'll share one little tip with you. Namely, the student of magic cannot solely rely on others being prepared to reveal their secrets. You have to observe, think, and find the answers for yourself.
The second Pride Month.
Look at the time. We shouldn't linger here too long. Thanks again for coming to see my show. I bid you both good night. I look forward to seeing you again.
All right, fine. See ya. Shall we head back down too? Oh, Paimon can't wait to read the Steambird tomorrow. Paimon bets Linny and Caesar will be plastered all over it. Let's head to the Steambird's offices tomorrow morning and see what we can find out.
Please tell me that's the end. Is that the end of the quest? No, it's not. Oh my god, it's so gosh dang long. 8 to 12 the next morning. Yeah. And that is how Pride Month came to Tibet.
I'm very sorry, Charlotte, but my sister...
Oh, please, Linny. I'll only take a moment of your time.
Huh? What's happening here?
I spent all night writing my piece about the Phantom Weasel, and it was going to go to print this morning, but just as dawn broke, I suddenly received news that Caesar's fiancée, Gemma, had contacted the guards and confessed to having been the real Phantom Weasel all along.
That was quick.
Too late, bro.
That was quick, you say?
It sounds like I've got some catching up to do. Please, fill me in.
Whoops.
Aha! My instincts did not lead me astray. You do have something to hide. Gemma turning herself in must have something to do with Linny's performance last night.
Maybe watching my high-altitude escape trick reminded her of a better time with Caesar, and she could no longer ignore the voice of her conscience.
That's her job. Her job is to
then.
not keep her mouth shut.
Wait, no, there must be more to it. If that's all it took for her to have a change of heart, how did it take her 10 whole years?
Well...
Oh, I remember now. You and Gemma were nowhere to be found after the show. What happened between you? Quickfire question. Where did you all go after the show?
Oh, we went to the cemetery and Linny did a private magic trick just for us. Actually, glad you mentioned it, because that reminds Paimon, guess what? Linny started using rainbow roses in his tricks.
Paimon, shush.
What? I don't recall ever having received a rainbow rose from you myself.
Oh my god.
Is more important to you than your own sister?
No, I just,
What the... What now? Oh, did Paimon say something wrong again? This is getting pretty awkward. What do we do, Traveler?
Seems like this interview wasn't meant to be.
No, Charlotte, there's something going on here.
Forgive my persistence, but when there's explosive news waiting to be found, I can't turn away. The news about Gemma has already made waves, and I'll stop at nothing to get to the bottom of it all. Apparently, one of the things she said to the guards was that her final wish is to see Lorenzo one last time. There's clearly a web of complicated relationships there. Can't blame me for being curious.
Indeed.
All right, I guess I'll leave you to continue the rest of your conversation in peace. Bye for now.
Lynette? Paimon didn't mean to...
Don't worry, I wasn't angry. I was just trying to distract her.
Oh, really? Oh, thank goodness. You scared Paimon there.
Phew. You and me both, Paimon. You and me both. At least it did the job, right?
Please, take good care of that rainbow rose. I'd be really upset if you lost it.
Oh my god. And that was the quest. To summarize,
Quit following me.
Pretty boring until the end, and then it got gay real fast. Lenny's heart was racing, indeed. Hang on. I just want to do a primo count real quick. Okay, almost enough to go up to the next wish. And I believe that's I've done all the quests. So, oh, do you want to see how much world exploration I have? Please wait, do you get to keep the rose? Yes. I believe I saw it go into my inventory. Next to all the other quest stuff. Here it is. The rainbow rose. Next to child's vision. Yes, let me show you how much I've finished in terms of exploration. I'm probably going to have to wait until I get the compass because I genuinely cannot find any more chests and such. That's okay. We're good. We're good. You're so scared about child's vision? Well, I guess we're just gonna have to wait a while. Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be a heckin' long wait for me to get to do anything, because I just ran through everything. And I felt like I was going slower through stuff than usual, so... Well, I guess the new, I think the new, event comes out tomorrow. So, that's just what I'll have to... That's just what I'll have to do. Okay, well, I guess that's going to be me for the day. I've been streaming almost an hour longer than I was intending because this gosh dang quest was so long. Anyway. Why is it the souvenir is for Fontaine? Well, I mean, I guess now we have 2 Fatui artifacts. So, you know, who knows? Well then I guess your favorite, you'll just have to deal with it you just have to deal with it. You'll just have to deal with it.
It should be fine. I'm sure it'll resolve.
Oh well. L. That's what I say to the child simps. L. Hello, welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, kind of poorly timed as I'm wrapping up the stream.
It's rather pathetic to force
Oh
a
dear.
conversation.
But if you want to watch
just to
another stream in the
occupy
future, make sure to
silence.
subscribe. Because I stream every Wednesday. That's what I forget to do at the end of every stream. I forget to do my little advertising thing. The ginger community will lose another one. Well, I mean, they gain one every summer when my hair lightens up, so I mean... They're not missing out on much.
Relax.
Plus, it's child. I do not accept that, man. Okay, I guess I'm gonna be wrapping up now. Thank you very much for joining in with the stream. It's been a lot of fun. Seasonal ginger, yeah, that's totally me. I went to the zoo a couple of weeks ago, and my friend was like, "Oh, every time I see you, your hair's slightly dark." I was like, "Yeah, it does that. I have magic hair, I guess." Anyway, thank you guys. What do you classify your hair as normally? Auburn, which is not technically ginger. It's like in the scale between brown and ginger. So I guess my hair just goes up and down between that. I'm growing out of my ginger phase. How dare you call it a phase? How dare you? It's not just a phase. Anyway, I'm gonna shut off the stream now. Shush! Stop making ginger. Stop making me talk. Stop making me talk. I'm stopping the stream now. The stream is stopping. Okay. Okay, thank you for coming down to stream, people, and I guess I'll see you next time. Okay. Bye. Goodbye. Bye. Oh dear.